Let's go. Welcome back. Sun, day, night. Hope you're having lovely Sunday night. I've got a chessboard. The back row is not randomized. We are back to standard chess. My opponent is playing the Sicilian defense. You know me, love playing the Grand Prix attack against the Sicilian defense. Removing here. And recently on the Lee Chess homepage, there's a blog about, it's called The Sicilian Slayer, and says why the Grand Prix attack is something like why it works on all levels. And I didn't think that was the case because you never see people at the highest level playing the Grand Prix attack, or at least I haven't on the tournaments that I've watched. Moving here again. I love the Grand Prix attack against the Sicilian. Yeah, it's a little risky because you compromise this diagonal very early by pushing this pawn. But I feel like I have good results with it. I mean, I wouldn't keep playing playing it. I didn't. Can bring the bishop here. Oops, a little sloppy with the mouse tonight. Uh, maybe start rerouting this knight over to the king side. Adding defender here as well. So if you didn't see it in my last video, I was going for a 16th win in a row in standard chess. Well, I guess I won't say what happened, but then it's hard to talk about me being streaky. So I will. I did win 15 games in a row, and then I didn't get that 16th. Instead of that, I lost 10 games in a row in standard chess. And then I only got a draw and then a win and broke that streak, but still dropped. I was up to 1844, my highest rating ever in in standard chess, down to 1773, which is still quite high, higher than usual for my rating. How to proceed? This is how I proceed. Removing here. I'd like to get rid of this defensive knight. Okay, the bishop isn't doing too much immediately, but this would coax a weakness. I'm gonna drop the bishop back. Removing here. Okay, going after this bishop. I do like this bishop. I'd like to keep this bishop. Coming back here. Queen may try to slither onto the king side. Definitely like this. My opponent should not be as happy. Look at this uh, knight. Look at the bishop. Look at the rook. Everything's a little bit trapped. This is a threat. Um, okay, if I play here, I have to move the bishop to defend against the mate. And I really haven't achieved much here. Then I don't have to move the bishop immediately. You can't take. There's a pin. I think I'm just going to double the rooks on the FL and just be patient because, like, this is solid. But yeah, the rook defends here now. Probably want to get the queen out of the way. Start pushing these pawns. Get the rooks. Maybe the king here. Yeah, just get some sort of a pawn storm. Get the rooks coordinated. Probably not on the F file. Maybe on the G file. This looks very tempting to put the bishop here, especially since my opponent doesn't have a light square bishop. You can't push this pawn because I just snapped this off. But how do I break through? What's my opponent doing? My opponent's just shuffling pieces. I'm going for this pawn storm. Probably, like I said, put the king here, put both rooks on the G file. Push this, eventually prepare this G5. So we both still have 8 pawns. Okay, starting this whole big journey. Look at this beautiful bishop. I think I can play g5 here. Yeah, hovering with g5. g5, pre-moving here. Pre-moving here. Opponent, of course, doesn't take, but taking here. Take here. Suddenly these rooks are active. Yeah, bishop here or bishop here. Probably, no, of course not bishop here. Bishop here. Check him if you got him. King's coming here. Oops, king's coming here. Grabbing a rook. Check him if you got him. If we trade off all the pieces, white has more space. Black is cramped. Removing here. Rook takes, queen takes. Check. Can I come here? After eyeing these pieces? Yeah, queen's... Okay, no check here, obviously. Is queen going to try to come here? Problem is if I take here, this comes a check. Check him if you got him. Minute 28 to almost 3 minutes. Removing here. King's going to slowly try to come over. Am I worried about an attack here? Well, I'm going to say no. If the king can land here, then this pawn could be weak. Backward pawn. Here. I could take here, but this becomes a weakness. However, quickly, if I take here, like we have runners. We'll probably just take here. Yeah, this is light. It's on a light square. One is the dark square bishop. Continuing this king march. That's the problem. That is indeed the problem. But this is defended. Okay, out of necessity, dropping the bishop back, defending both pawns. This is met with this. King is still going to try to march into here. Grab this backward pawn. 55 seconds. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Look at my pawns. They're all on light squares. My opponent has a dark square bishop. All my opponent's pawns are on dark squares. I have a dark square bishop. King wants to come here. Bishop wants to come here. I want to attack here. Can't defend with the knight. I have the plan. King is not coming over anymore. Bishop wants to come here. Hovering with the bishop. Probably shouldn't hover just in case I mouse slip. I remember a couple years ago when I didn't realize that my mouse battery was low and I kept getting mouse slips, and it was from a low mouse battery. That was so frustrating. It took a while before I figured it out. Going after the pawn. Pre-moving here. Pre-moving here. What? Yeah, you don't want to take this way. Now I'm just gobbling all this up. I have 48 seconds, but more than enough time to win this game. Let's go. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Cheers.